This is a 105-foot Azimut. She's a 2012 and she's rather lovely. We're going to do a full tour on this one. We're going to go into every area. So we're going to do the deck areas, the interior, the crew areas, the engine room, the flybridge. There's a lot, and we're going to step on right here with this side boarding ladder, or steps I should say, and this will take us on up to the aft cockpit. Now we've got a garage on this one. I will show you that when we go down and look at the engines. We've got the big overhang here, gives plenty of shade to the seating area, and then we've got the power door. So as we walk up to here, this should glide open automatically. Check that out. That is a really nice interior, especially when you consider that this boat is just over a decade old. It actually looks really modern and contemporary because there's a lot of light colours in here. It's got the matte finish to the wood rather than the high gloss that was popular at this area, I nearly said. And yeah, that is a great looking boat actually. I mean, quite often when you get to boats of this age, they're starting to look their age a little bit. This isn't. This is bang up to date. We've got a TV that glides away down into that cabinet when it's not in use. We've got some very nice features like the little shells here with the stainless steel fiddles on them. There's a bar area up here and a rather comprehensive wine cellar. Look at this. There's all your bar area right the way across there. And then of course here you've got your sink, fridges, all that kind of stuff, ice maker and so forth. Little coffee machine. So that caters straight out to that area. We're going to head on forward. Now it's a pilot house layout, raised pilot house, which means that this main deck is all accommodation right the way through. Now there's a door I'll just point out to you over there, and the reason I'm pointing that out will become clearer very shortly. So we'll head on forward. That's the stairs down to the lower deck, stairs up to the pilot house. We'll do both of those, but we're going to head up a little bit further. Side access door here, so we can go straight out onto the side deck. And then here we've got a main deck cabin. This is not actually the owner's cabin, but it is nonetheless a main deck cabin. And that looks very much like that. So all your hanging lockers and so forth are in behind here. You've got more storage over there, you've got the little desk, and the reason I pointed out that door is because if we go to the ensuite, we've got the shower, like so, and then we've got this area here, which is of course the toilet and the sink. But that is the door that I was pointing at, and in fact I think what we'll do is go all the way through, pop back out here, because what I'm going to do then is loop on around and take you down to the lower deck, because we can carry on forward, but that's the crew area and we will come to that of course. I'd just like to show you the guest accommodation first. So we're heading down here to the lower deck, and we are going to go forward first of all up to the VIP guest cabin. In fact, that one on the main deck really is a VIP as well, isn't it? There's two of them. So that is very nice size. We're getting it toward the front of the boat. You can just feel it just starting to come in slightly on the sides. Again with the hanging lockers, again with this lovely matte finish wood. As I say, very contemporary finish on this one. That is the kind of stuff you get today. AV equipment of course, and you've got the ensuite with the shower tucked away in there. If we back up a little bit and head back, we'll find another cabin here. So two singles, and there's a Pullman. So this will come down, and I'll show you what that looks like because we've got it deployed in the next cabin that we're going to look at. Hanging locker again, I won't open them all, you know what a hanging locker looks like, and then there's the ensuite and the shower in behind, and the loo is behind the door. Cross over the boat, that one there I'm curious about. Okay, that is access to some of the service areas, see the electrics and so forth. And then this is another cabin. I mentioned about the Pullman. This is what the Pullman looks like when it is in play. So you have got that extra capacity if you need it. If you don't, you just fold it flat like the cabin that we just looked at. Again with a hanging locker, again with the ensuite. Exactly the same configuration, toilet in behind there. And the shower, rainfall shower in there. Very good. All right, back a little bit further, we will finally find the owner's cabin. That's back here. This is the full beam of the boat. This is really huge. Look at that. That is a great area. Let's come right across this side, first of all. Take it all in. Pretty spectacular, huh? We've got the dressing table here, or desk, or use it however you wish, and then we've got two accesses through accesses, I don't know. Two entrances. There we go to the ensuite, and it's really big because that as well is full beam. So what we've got here is toilet and bidet in there, and then if we spin on round, we have the shower in the center, so that sort of links them. That's so that either can use that, and that is a really big shower, the size of that. And if we go right the way across, we find a kind of mirror image really over here. So we've got the sink, and we've got the loo, and we've got, no we haven't, we've got the bidet, and we've got the loo. And then we can come back out this way. There's this great little area here to tuck yourself away, a bit of breakfast in the morning before you emerge, whatever. And you've got the hull windows here, so the view out of here, when there's not a great big bridge in the way, is pretty spectacular. So that is a very nice cabin. The other thing I didn't show you, if we come back across here, is a big walk-in closet. Thusly. Brilliant. Okay, that's the lower deck. Plenty more to see. We'll come back up these steps. These are the ones that we came down initially. And we will head forward, because what we've got up here is the galley and the crew area. Now, the boat is currently in use. The crew are on board. So we might find some of the crew stuff about the place as well, of course. We've got refrigeration all the way across here. So these are like so. And then we've got the Miele cooking equipment. We've got the microwave tucked away there. It's a nice galley actually, because even over here you've got the window and you've got the view out, which is great. That one, I think I'm right in saying, is a trash compactor, and that one is the dishwasher. And then if we head forward, this is actually the crew cabins. There are two of these down here. They're both identical. We're just going to look in one of them, and that's on this side, just to make absolutely sure. There we go. So these have bunks in. They've got hanging lockers again, and then they also have the ensuite, and behind there, the shower. So there's that one. I say that sleeps two. That is identical on that side. All right. Back on up. I think we've covered off the main deck. Let's head upwards. Door straight out to the side deck, so they don't need to come into this area at all if they don't want to. And if we press on back this time, instead of going down or back, we'll go up. And that's these steps which will take us up to the pilot house. So this is a raised position. So if you're here at the helm, you've got a pretty commanding view out. Auxiliary instrumentation, of course, is across here. Engine controls, communications, autopilot, all that kind of stuff. And there's also another area here, great for crew when the boat's on passage, for example. I mean, there's a crew mess area as we saw, but this is another nice area. Or indeed any guests that want to come and watch what's going on. That's a nice place to come and relax. And then from here, we can step on up, and this will take us directly to the flybridge. There we go. What have we got here? We've got another helm position for a start. So if you want to helm the boat from outside, you can do. And that really is quite the view, isn't it? Fantastic. More seating on that side, so lots of places for people to sit and take in the view as you're heading down the coast. We've got sunbathing over on this side. This opens, this whole fabric roof section in the centre will open. And the same further back, and then we've got the bar area up here, so the usual fridges and ice makers and that kind of stuff. Big barbecue up here as well. Another fridge in there, and then a great big social seating area around here. That's fantastic. And finally, more sun pads. And that chap over there is a life raft. So yeah, big old flybridge. Let's press on back. We'll go and take a turn around the decks, and then we'll come back and look at the engine space. Okay, so we will head round this way first of all, and up the side. There we go. You get a real impression of the size of the boat, don't you, when you walk up the full length of it like this. Perfect. Talk amongst yourselves. I love this woodwork. These wooden cappings along here are fantastic. That is a real Superyacht deal, isn't it? And then with the deep bulwarks and the stainless steel, these are like staple rails, because they look a little bit like staples. Sunbathing up here on the front, and obviously anchor winches. The actual anchors, I think I'm right in saying, come out of the sides lower down, and then this little seat right on the front, so we can stand up here, turn around, take in the whole magnificence of it. Look at that. That looks great, doesn't it? Brilliant. Okay, we'll come back down the other side. We'll head down to the bathing platform, the garage, and the engines. So we're back down here. The Miami skyline in the background. Got the big overhangs as you come around here. It's all very Superyacht, isn't it? There's an access door here, and I'll show you where that goes down to when we go down inside. We'll head right on back round this way. And this is the bathing platform. Now what you've got here basically is this is a transom that pivots over and lies flat through this great big area here, and then when you're done with this and you're underway, you take these bars out, you pivot it back up, it comes flush across the back. You've still got a bit of where I'm stood, this still there, you can still come down onto here, but of course this then is a lot smaller. And then this is the garage. So what we've got in here is a Williams turbojet. It's a 385. We've got water makers in here as well, that's what those fellows are, and we've got the jet ski. And these are on hydraulics, so these whole sort of carrying systems come out on hydraulics, bring it all the way out, they tilt to form a bit of a slipway, and they roll down and into the water. So that's how you get those fellows out. And if we go around this side, got dive bottles down here as well. The laundry facilities are down here too, the washer and the dryer. So that's like a little utility area. I mentioned that door on the side of the boat. These are the steps that come down from it. So you, obviously if that transom is up, then you've still got access in and out straight from that side deck. We have a pair of MTU diesel engines in here. These are 16 V2000s, they're about 2,000 horsepower each, and they're giving the boat about 24 knots flat out, cruising 12 to 16, or you can drop it back to 10 knots. That's how they cruise this boat a lot of the time, I'm told. And then you've got 1,000 miles of range. If you come right up to the front, you've got the electrics panel across here, some of the pumps are here as well. And these engines are on V-drives, so basically they're mounted. Normally these slope back, and then you've got gearboxes, prop shafts, and so forth. What they do with this is bring the prop shaft up underneath. In fact, you may even be able to see it. Not quite, but they come up underneath, go through V-drives, and then come back. And the idea of that is it puts the engines further back in the boat. Obviously, if you came up with the shafts, put the engines in front, or they'd be up there somewhere, and that is where the accommodation is. So big, meaty, proper engines. And then generators are down here as well. So one over there, air conditioning systems are in here as well. And there's another generator, you can just see it tucked around on that side. Fantastic. I think that that is about the size of that. Let's come back out of here. That's the thruster systems for manoeuvring back into the utility room and the garage and the toys. And we'll finish up back on the bathing platform. There we go. That is a 105-foot Azimut. Let me know what you think of that one. Massive thanks to Denison Yachting. They organised this tour. They got this one listed. I'll put a link to those guys in the description. A massive thanks, as ever, to you for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.